Refraction. When does refraction occur? When light changes medium. So when one goes from one transparent material into another. When it refracts, what changes? When it goes from one material into another, it changes its speed. The speed of light changes. So is there anything that stays the same? Yep. The frequency of light stays the same as it goes from one material into the other. In general, what happens when light refracts? It actually changes direction as it travels, as it changes materials. Okay. What happens to the speed of light when it passes through a transparent material compared to traveling through a vacuum? So we talked about how its speed changes. As compared to a vacuum, it slows down as it goes through another material. Okay. The variable in the equation for index of refraction, this is n. This is the ratio of the speed of light in a vacuum compared to the speed of light in the material. So what does it mean for a material to have a higher index of refraction? That means if you look at this ratio, it's the speed of light 3 times 10 to the 8th meters a second over the speed of light in a material. So as to make this bigger, this v needs to be smaller, so lower. So light travels slower through that material. Here are some quick indices of refractions. You don't need to have these memorized, but space in a vacuum is 1, air is really close to 1, ice water. Diamond has the highest index of refraction. So when light goes from one material, which is traveling faster, into a material that's traveling now slower, what happens to the light? So it bends towards the normal line. So here we see the normal line starts in the air and goes in the water, bending towards the normal line. Air has uh, a lower index of refraction than water does, bends towards the normal line. When light goes from a material that is traveling slower into a material that is traveling faster, what happens? So we see this happening going from water to water to air. It bends away from the normal line. So it's coming up here and then it bends away from the normal line. Going from air to water, it goes from a higher index of refraction to a lower index of refraction. The equation that describes refraction is Snell's law. We have n1 times sine theta 1 is equal to n2 sine theta 2. Here's what all the variables are. N1 is the material it starts in, like what it comes from. Theta 1 is the angle of incidence, or the incident angle, the original angle. And 2 is the material it goes into, where light ends up, and angle 2 is the angle of refraction.